between Big Hammock and 4 Mile Village to the west of Grosh there, where we do have the potential to see a tornado developing at this time. That little sneaky little appendage doesn't look like too much, but it does certainly indicate where there would be, again, rotation ongoing, pushing in from Turquoise Beach and then wrapping around on that system down towards Seascape and 4 Mile Village is where, if there is any rotation again, it'll be specifically in that area. Now, I will say radar, the scans coming in now, maybe not showing as strong as rotation as we saw just a few minutes ago. That is a good sign, but it is not a sign for you to leave your safe spot. You have not been given the all clear yet. So if you are into the tornado warning, I don't care where you are, if it's further east or right over the area, you need to be in your safe spot right now, and please stay there until we do give you the all clear. The threat for a potential tornado is still ongoing over towards Turquoise Beach. Again, where the potential rotation is continuing to very slowly shift towards the east. Now I'm just going to head over here and look at the actual tornado warning coming from the National Weather Service to get a better idea. It is shifting towards the east at around 25 miles per hour. So maybe not as fast as some of the other storms we've had come through earlier today, but still certainly a threat. So Turquoise Beach, you need to be in your safe spot. Same to be said for Grosh. Put a little tracker here. If we shift it to the east at about, see as long as we can get it out there, maybe about 13 or so. General timing towards LaGrange Point at 12:03 p.m., Fluffy Landing by 12:07 p.m., and Old Bay View by 12:15. That would be about an hour from now. So that's a very long time from now. The warning only goes until 12 p.m. Central, and much better scans coming in from the radar indicating potentially weakening system. So based off the latest scan, it does not look like there is very strong rotation at this time. We're going to wait until we have the all clear from the National Weather Service. Again, they are the ones who issue the warnings. We are the one who get on and broadcast that to you and continue to keep a strong analysis on the storm system. But it does look like potentially the water spout that was out there has now weakened and could be falling apart, but we're going to stay on this for just a few more minutes, let a few more scans come in, as there is potential it could re-strengthen and respin up, but at this time it certainly looks like there is more of a weakening pattern on the storm system. So I'm just going to zoom back out to a home view here. We're going to do a look at a couple of other issues across the panhandle right now. Of course, still keeping a close eye on that tornado warning. I'll come back to it in one moment. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning also on the map over Mariana. That is in Jackson County. That will also last until 12 noon. That is for the threat of 60-mile-per-hour winds as well as some nickel-sized hail. And I believe it is also shifting towards the east at around 25 or so miles per hour. Another severe thunderstorm warning down towards the south and east now, including eastern Liberty as well as Franklin counties. This one's a slow-moving one, only to the east at about 15 or so miles per hour, producing heavy rainfall and about 60-mile-per-hour winds as well as some penny-sized hail. So our threat for severe weather is still ongoing across the panhandle late this morning as well as into the afternoon, with the likelihood of even more scattered shower and thunderstorm activity developing throughout the afternoon as well. If you're just now tuning in, we are on air for a tornado warning that has been issued for South Walton County, was issued right around 11:03 a.m. Central Time for a storm that certainly packed a punch and did look threatening as it made its way over far southern Walton County, close to Miramar Beach per se. It has since shifted over towards the Choctawhatchee Bay, and radar scans at this time are indicating a little bit less rotation, which is a good thing. We certainly want there to be less rotation as this storm continues to move on through. Now we are going to show you reflectivity. Hang tight just one moment. We're going to take a brief pause. We are going to stay on air. I need to communicate with the National Weather Service for a minute, so just hang tight while I do a quick little typing here, and I will talk more about that warning in just one moment. All right, thank you for that. We are continuing to keep a close eye on some severe storms across the Panhandle. Seeing a couple of severe thunderstorms out there between Jackson County up near where you see Mariana on the map and down towards the south and east near the Forgotten Coast over down towards Carabel and Franklin County. Of course, still watching this cluster of a storm, a pretty big one over towards Walton County that does have still a tornado warning tag on it. We're waiting for word from the National Weather Service whether or not they'll allow it to expire early. It does have the warning for 12 noon Central Time. We'll keep a close eye on it this time. Not seeing very significant rotation right now, but within the past 15 to 20 minutes, if I go back here where you can kind of see the red and the green there on radar, that would indicate strong rotation that could have been a potential tornado forming or even possibly a waterspout over the southern Choctawhatchee Bay. But over the last 5 to 7 minutes, you've noticed that rotation has really decompressed. It is not looking too significant, and it would mean that there's potentially no more threat of a tornado at this time. We're going to stay on this warning, though, until we do have the all clear from the National Weather Service. So just stick with us while we continue to track this storm. We'll zoom out just a bit here. We got a lot more activity over towards Okaloosa as well as Walton County around I-10, even through Defuniak Springs. We are seeing certainly a heavy amount of rainfall. I'm just going to switch back over to our base reflectivity, which shows me whether or not there's any potential rotation. I'm looking for any notes of green or red sticking together, and there does not look like it is looking to be it doesn't look like it's too much of a concern right now, so keep a close eye on that. Sorry, just getting some confirmation out of the National Weather Service. Looks like they might have had eyes on a potential waterspout that was pushing close to Miramar and or Sandestin. I think that might have been a little bit of a late report, as we've already seen that come ashore now. So that would be the warranting of issuing this tornado warning. But at this time, not seeing a whole lot of rotation. Don't leave your safe spot just yet. Still stay there, because we want to check these radar scans and have them continue to come in, because there's potential that it could spin up and still redevelop. So we're definitely keeping a close eye on it, and looks like they are going to keep that tornado warning still in effect, even though they have also noticed that the rotation has weakened, but they're going to keep the warning up. So they're keeping the warning up. We're going to stay on with it and keep a close eye on it, as well as there is potential. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to read the chat and do the weather, and it's a lot of things at once, so thank you for bearing with me right now. They are going to keep the warning up right now, so we're going to stay up with you. I want to point out, maybe just show you what we analyze a little bit when it comes to radar analysis here, and what we're looking at is, yes, this is a mess of a storm. There's a lot going on in it, but the specific area that we've seen is that this small little appendage on this backside here is where there is ongoing rotation, and that appendage has really hung tight. That it is continuing to potentially still rotate at this time. So we do have confirmation from the National Weather Service and some other media partners in here that someone does have an eye on circulation still ongoing, which is why they are keeping the tornado warning up. So even though radar is maybe not doing the best job at showing where exactly that rotation would be, we're not seeing a clear velocity couplet. It doesn't mean that the storm is still not rotating. The circled area is where it would be based off of the storm structure, where you see that appendage over towards Turquoise Beach as well as Grosh. That they are definitely going to keep a close eye on this. So again, Turquoise Beach, Gross, Santa Rosa Beach, tornado warning. Stay in your safe zone. There is definitely eyes on a large rotating cloud in this area, so definitely could be a tornado trying to form in that area. You do need to be in your safe spot. Again, this is in South Walton County over towards Turquoise Beach as well as Grosh. Hang with me here. I am going to zoom in a lot closer to get a better look at who is under the gun right now. So that would be Los Robles, Grande Drive, these residential areas of Sally Lane, Turquoise Beach, Grosh, over towards East Hewitt Drive, West Hewitt Road. You should all be in your safe zone. Same to be said for Don Bishop Road, Musset Bayou Road, Further down the line here, I'll go off to the north as well. This would be close to Santa Rosa Beach. The West Nursery Road, you need to be in your safe zone right now. North Church Street, North County Highway 393, 6th Street, over towards Santa Rosa Beach, 11th Street, 13th Street, 7th, 4th. I'll keep going down the line. Angel, East Nursery Road, Chat Holly Road, over towards Harsteveded Road and North Eden Park Road, Smith Road. You guys are going to be next up to deal with a potential tornado in this area, so please take shelter now. Head to your safe spot, lowest and innermost level away from windows and doorways. That is where you certainly should be seeking shelter as we continue to track potential rotation and a water spout that is trying to make its way onshore as this system continues to track over the area. So definitely stay in your safe zone. I'm looking at the chat here with the National Weather Service, and there is potential video of a tornado on the ground. So definitely heed this warning and do what you can to seek shelter as quick as possible and as safely as you possibly can. Again, the main appendage here now between Turquoise Beach and Grosh, if there is a tornado on the ground, like some folks are saying that there has been one spotted, it will be over towards Turquoise Beach, just to the west there of Santa Rosa Beach. So please stay in your safe zone. This does include other areas of Walton County. Freeport, you are under the tornado warning, as well as this is Santa Rosa Beach. That is also I think it's County Road 331, the bridge over the Choctawhatchee from South Walton up towards closer to Freeport. This also includes Choctaw, Bunker, Seagrove Beach, Blue Gulf Beach, 98 West, 98 East, County Road 30A, Dune Allen Beach, Seagrove Beach, Grayton Beach. You're all also under the tornado warning. Definitely be in your safe spot. Even though the rotation is a little bit further towards the north of you, this system could shift to the east or south or north. It could take a little bit of a shift there. It is generally tracking, however, to the east at about 25 or so miles per hour. That will put it in Santa Rosa Beach within the next 10 minutes. Choctaw Bay Estates, if it holds together, coming your way just shy of 12 noon. And if it continues down its eastward path towards Choctaw, the town there at 12:07 p.m. Central Time. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we're here on News 13 to give you alert that there is a tornado warning for South Walton County. There's been some significant rotation on this storm cell here as it continues to track from the Choctawhatchee Bay right close to and or over near Santa Rosa Beach at this time, just towards the west there of Bayview, Fluffy Landing, and Choctaw. Now, it still has quite a bit of influence from the bay, which is why there's likely a little bit more rotation associated with it. Not seeing the best view of the rotation from here. I'm just switching over to a couple different radar sites to see if there's anything more significant. I would really just probably say it's close to Santa Rosa Beach right now, especially based off of the initial storm structure and where we can easily analyze the inflow, where I'm drawing on the map. That is the winds going in towards the storm, and the outflow is the winds wrapping around the backside. So right to the west there of Santa Rosa Beach is where there's potentially a tornado continuing to track due east at about 25 or so miles per hour. So please, please, please heed the warning. Get to your safe zone. Don't try to go to your windows to look out to see if you can see it. Don't go outside. You really need to get to your safe spot as quick as possible. Away from windows and doorways, the more walls you can put between you and the outside, the safer you will be. This is around Don Bishop Road, Musset Bayou Road, East Hewitt Road, over towards Church Street, North County Highway 393. Right over towards Santa Rosa Beach, you especially need to be in your safe zone right now, around 13th Street, 11th Street, North County Highway 393, West Nursery Road, 6th Street, 4th Street, 7th Street, all those streets right around Santa Rosa Beach. You are next to be under the gun there with that tornado warning. So we do have confirmation there's a tornado on the ground located right near Santa Rosa Beach, where we are continuing to cover this warning. We have confirmation that there is a tornado. Eyes have been on this tornado. It is on the ground. This is not a potential tornado anymore. You can see the pink there on the map now showing up, the warning changing colors. It's purple. That means it's been confirmed. There is a tornado here. So this is not a potential anymore. This is an imminent threat of a tornado coming right to you for Santa Rosa Beach. So you need to be in your safe spot right now, away from windows and doorways as quick as possible. We don't want you to panic. We want you to be prepared, but you are really running out of time for Santa Rosa Beach. I need you to be in your safe spot as quick as possible. I'm showing up the CC, the debris detector here, not seeing anything that would line it up with where the rotation is ongoing, but certainly do want you to be prepared as it is now about to be right over you. And let's keep in mind, these radar scans are a couple of minutes delayed. So as we get them to come in, it's still shifting towards the east. So Santa Rosa Beach right now, it is over you. You need to be in your safe spot. Please get away from any windows and doorways. Leave the TV. Put the TV on as loud as you can, but leave the TV. Go to your safe spot now. Get into those bathrooms, those closets, anything that would keep you away from the outside walls of your home or whatever building you are in. If you have the Storm Track 13 app, take your phone with you, take it to the bathroom, take it to your safe spot. You can live stream our coverage from the app there. So again, a confirmed tornado on the ground moving towards Santa Rosa Beach. It has been spotted by some people in the area, and it is potentially going to cause some destruction as it makes its way towards Santa Rosa Beach right now on that eastward path of around 25 miles per hour. So continue to track this system. We're not going to get a whole lot of towns here because it is very, very close to where its initial point is, Santa Rosa Beach right now. But also down the line, Choctaw Bay Estates, Fluffy Landing, and LaGrange Point. You need to take this very seriously as well and get into your safe spot as quick as you can. So 13th Street, 11th Street, South 7th Street, 4th Street, 6th Street, West Nursery Road, East West Nursery Road, Angel, Chat Holly Drive. I'm going to shift over here towards the east a little bit more to give a heads up on who is also under the gun. That does include North Eden Park Drive, Harvested Road, Smith Road, Angel, East Nursery Road, and State Highway 83, which is, I believe, the bridge that takes you over the Choctawhatchee Bay. I believe that's 331 as well. So if you know anyone traveling on that road in that area, State Highway 83, that bridge there from the Choctawhatchee Bay from South Walton, headed from South Walton to Freeport or vice versa, call them up and tell them they need to pull off the bridge and get out of the way ASAP, as there is a tornado that is coming towards them. There's a lot of rain in association with this tornado, so you will not likely be able to see it very well. So please do what you can to call a friend, tell a neighbor, if in the area that you know is in the area, to continue to keep an eye on the storm system. We do have reports again of the tornado. We are getting a video sent into us as well. So this is confirmed. There are eyes on the ground. There are eyes on this tornado. So please do what you can to seek shelter at this time immediately, as quickly as you can. Just switching over here on our base velocity. Unfortunately, I don't know why, our radar is not doing a really good job at showing where the rotation is, not even on our local radar or any other local radar. So I'm going to base it off of the storm structure where I would know the rotation is going to be, and it's right over Santa Rosa Beach right now. So I'm showing you it's really in this specific area I'm drawing on the map here is where there is going to be the tornado. If it I assume it would still be on the ground. You have this appendage, and it's showing you kind of where there's a little bit more of a flow of the updraft and the downdraft. So I'm going to draw an arrow here showing you where the tornado is going to be. That's the winds going towards the storm, and this is the wind that's wrapping around it. So you have that big general area of rotation with the confirmation of this tornado warning. So yes, there is multiple reports coming in of the tornado. Again, it is a confirmed tornado warning. If you're just joining us, we have a confirmed tornado. That means there have been eyes on this tornado. It has been officially on the ground. We don't have any damage reports coming in just yet, but I would assume that we're not going to get some for a little while everyone stays in their safe space and considers this a very strong and damaging storm system. So please, please, please stay in your safe zone. Santa Rosa Beach, you are still under the threat of the tornado over you right now. You should not be leaving your safe zone just yet. The rotation and the tornado likely over you and continuing over 4th Street as well as Angel, Nellie Drive, East Nursery Road. If there's the tornado, it's still there. It is right over you guys right now and likely continuing to shift towards the east. So Cessna Street, Harvested Road, Chat Holly Road, Hideaway Circle, Cox Road, North Eden Park Drive, all of you are right under the gun for that tornado as it continues to shift towards the east as well. Smith Road coming your way, as well as Osprey Lane, Pisces Drive, Hideaway Circle, over towards the bridge. That's State Highway 83 that connects South Walton over towards how you would get to about Freeport or so. Also under the warning, Fluffy Landing, the Choctaw Bay Estates, Bay Drive, looks like Doodles, Forest Road, Little Canal Drive, Bay Drive, Oak Avenue, Dawson Road, West Point Washington Road. All these areas are where the tornado is going to continue to travel. And the tornado is shifting towards the east now. It is going to be moving back over to the Choctawhatchee Bay. So if you know, especially anyone on that State Highway 83 who may be traveling in the area, please call them up and let them know that they need to urgently get off of the bridge, as there is a tornado that will continue to shift towards the east and will very likely go towards and over that bridge as well, or pass through it, which would create a very hazardous concern for anyone in and around that bridge area. Please, 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 if you know anyone, tell them, call them. You know, they're probably not watching our live stream. They shouldn't be while they're driving, but they need to get the alert. So please call your friends, your family, your neighbors, whoever you may know who's traveling in the area to get them to safety as well. And I know we have really great state troopers and local law enforcement who I'm sure are very much so aware of the threat and where the tornado is as well. I hope they are doing what they can to avoid folks from being on that bridge and also doing their best to stay safe while doing it as well. So please keep a lot of these folks and potential people in the area in your thoughts and prayers as we continue to track now a confirmed tornado again on the ground, made its way from Miramar Beach area over the Choctawhatchee Bay in South Walton County. It has just passed through Santa Rosa Beach, and it is moving towards Chat Holly Drive, as well as the Choctawhatchee Bay, headed towards the bridge there from State Highway 83. So Smith Road, right now you are under the gun. North Eden Park Drive, as well as Chat Holly Drive, that is where the tornado is continuing to track. Also over towards Fluffy Landing, I want you to be in your safe spot as well. Even though the storm is still a little bit ways away from you, you really don't have much time to seek shelter. Lowest and innermost level away from your bedrooms or away from your windows and your doorways. It could be your bedroom. If you have time, very quickly run and grab a pillow to put it over your head. But you're really running out of time right now from Fluffy Landing to the Choctaw Bay Estates as well as Choctaw. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit here and flip back over to our base velocity, which again, not seeing the best view of where there is potential rotation, but a very strong structure on this storm in that appendage there that does indicate where the tornado is. Right in this specific area that I've circled there on the map is where there is confirmation of a tornado. Lots of heavy rainfall coming with this system as well, so locations to the east, do not think you can just put your eyes on this. You probably can't. It is probably rain wrapped at this point and very hard to spot, but as it made its way a little bit further ways back, there was confirmation and visualization of a tornado in the area. So Fluffy Landing, you need to be in your safe spot right now. Same to be said for the Choctaw Bay Estates. I'm just going to look over here. They are continuing the tornado warning. It is still in effect until 12 noon. Thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, and then a confirmed tornado was on the ground as well. That's just the latest update from the National Weather Service. Really nothing has changed here. We are still staying and keeping a close eye on this system as it continues its eastward path. Our debris detector right now not doing the best job at pinpointing where there may be any potential debris, so we certainly hope we don't see much on our debris detector, but certainly still the threat of a tornado at this time, moving over State Highway 83 towards the Choctawhatchee Bay and towards Fluffy Landing. Also in the warning, I'm just going to get very close here to pinpoint some names and town names. So this is over towards Bay Grove Road, State Street, of course, State Highway 83 there, LaGrange Point, Fluffy Landing, Pitts Bayshore Drive, Pitts Avenue, Stillwater Road, Old Bayview. I would all be in your safe zone if I were you. Get away from windows and doors. This warning also includes Bunker Road, Point Washington, Choctaw, Carlos Street, Eden Drive, Old Ferry Road, the Choctaw Bay Estates, Oak Avenue, Dawson Road, Bay Drive, Little Canal Drive, East Point Washington Road, as well as Old Ferry Road. So continue to stay in your safe zone. If you were in those areas, again, potential was a confirmed tornado down near Santa Rosa Beach as well as Miramar Beach, traveling now over towards the Choctawhatchee Bay. As it moves over water, there is less friction, for it to work with, which means there's a very high capability of potential to be even stronger and build a little bit stronger over the water versus over land. So we're going to stay with this warning. I will zoom out a little bit. It looks like some of our western locations have been trimmed off from where the warning did include. So Dune Allen Beach right now, as well as Grosh, Turquoise Beach, Santa Rosa Beach, Baytown Wharf over towards Seascape. You are in the clear from this tornado warning. The tornado threat has shifted to the east of you, so you are in the clear. If you were in those areas, you initially had the tornado warning. You do not have to be in your safe zone anymore, but I would still keep a very close eye on the weather with storms still in and around the area, and of course that tornado warning ongoing as well. There is a flash flood warning now for parts of central Walton County, extending also into our western counties. I will be getting very close to Washington County. All these storms in the area are moving very slowly here. This radar loop is, I believe, about 30 minutes or less of time. About 30 minutes, and you'll notice that these storms have really not gone anywhere very quickly, but they are producing very heavy amounts of rain, 2 to 3 inches of rainfall over the past hour or two already, with an additional 2 to 3 on the way, which means flash flooding is also imminent. So not only do we have a threat of a tornado in the area for Walton County, but just to the north there and the east, the threat of flash flooding that will continue over the next couple of hours as well. So as always with flash flooding, we encourage you to turn around, do not drown when it comes to any roadways that are taking on floodwater. Again, it doesn't take a whole lot of floodwater or rainwater to cause your car to stall out or even float, which would be a very dangerous situation. So please avoid any roadways that are collecting water. Even if it looks like you could make your way through it, you probably shouldn't risk it. Again, you don't know how your car is going to react, and if there's enough rainfall, you don't even know if the road is still going to be there. It could be even washed out. The bigger concern we're still keeping a close eye on is a tornado warning. It has been issued for Walton County, was issued around 11:05 or so, about 40 minutes or so as it made its way just to the east of Destin over Sandestin as well as Miramar Beach, traveled over the Choctawhatchee Bay over towards Santa Rosa Beach as well. You'll notice there it is confirmed. That means there have been eyes on the tornado. This is not a potential tornado anymore. It is a confirmed tornado. It is on the ground. Right now, it is making its way from the land over the water towards the Choctawhatchee Bay, over the Choctawhatchee Bay, crossing State Highway 83 and shifting towards the east. So Fluffy Landing, you may be one of the only more populated areas right on the verge of the coastline there, as well as LaGrange Point. I would certainly be in my safe spot as soon as possible if you're not there already. And further down the road, Bunker, this is about, let me see if I can do a mileage point here, maybe 3 to 5 miles away from you. You don't have a lot of time to seek shelter. Please do so now as you can. So continuing to see this threat of a tornado, continuing to watch this part of Walton County as well. It is still over the Choctawhatchee Bay, so I'm going to take a brief pause from that individual storm and look towards other areas of the Panhandle. Still seeing one warning in effect for far eastern Franklin County right now. That will last for 3 more minutes. It is shifting over the Forgotten Coast as well as the Big Bend. The threat there, however, has been 60-mile-per-hour winds. Another cell, oops. To watch closely is what is over the Gulf of Mexico, and maybe some broad rotation in this general area, potential water spout there. We'll keep a close eye on it if it tries to come ashore, but at this time not really seeing anything too significant in regards to rotation off the coastline. The greater concern, however, continuing to be rotation with this individual cell that has led to a confirmed tornado tracking towards the east now in South Walton County, over the Choctawhatchee Bay towards Fluffy Landing, as well as over towards Bunker. You need to be in your safe spot as we speak, away from windows and doorways, and you certainly want to try to put as many walls between you and the outside as you can. So do what you can there. Continue to keep a close eye on the system over towards Fluffy Landing. You need to be in your safe spot, Old Bayview, as well as McDaniels, Flash Camp Road, Stillwater Road, Pitts Avenue, Fluffy Landing, Pitts Bayshore Drive. I would all be seeking shelter if I were in your area right now. Same to be said for Bunker, as well as Black Creek Road. This does go up to State Highway 83 and State Highway 20 over towards Freeport. Freeport, you are in the warning. The threat of the tornado is much further to your south, but I would definitely be keeping a close eye on it. The storm to your west there is packing some heavy rainfall and some gusty winds as well, but I do not see anything on the rotation factor that would lead me to believe that the threat of a tornado is imminent for the Portland or the Freeport area. I would still stay away from windows and doorways with any of the storms we see developing across the Panhandle today, as there is a concern for damaging winds, which could cause just as much damage as a tornado. So treat any warning seriously today as we do continue to deal with the threat of severe weather here across Northwest Florida. But right now, with the ongoing threat of a tornado in the area where there is any sort of rotation, is going to be just towards the south there of Fluffy Landing as it continues to make its way ashore. And I'm just doing a little bit more radar analysis from other devices right now, keeping a close eye on this specific tornado warning, and perhaps I think the only other concern would be this larger cell over the Gulf that is trying to spin up a water spout. So if you are in the area, if you know anyone in the area, beaching and boating has been a real pain in the butt lately for safety concerns. I would get off the water now. Don't wait until it's over you or near you if there is the threat of it ongoing, and it is shifting towards the east. So if you know anyone on Panama City Beach, if you know anyone over there towards Inlet Beach, Hollywood Beach, Laguna Beach, oh man, Seacrest over towards East County Highway 30A, 30A, the touristy spots, all the very high recreation and shopping places and everything that's so good about our area. There are heavy storms coming your way. Definitely just stay away from windows and doorways and get indoors. If you can hear the thunder, when thunder roars, go indoors. We say it over and over again because if you can hear the thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning, even if the storm is far away. And sometimes, let me tell you, here in Panama City, we can hear that thunder when it's 10, 15 miles away and get lightning bolts that are equally as far away from storms as well. So treat the storms today very seriously and stay away from those windows and doorways with any warning that is issued. Of course, still keeping a close eye on this tornado warning. The cell that has since produced a tornado. Yes, a tornado has been on the ground. It was on the ground moving from Sandestin towards Miramar, as well as over towards Santa Rosa Beach. There were eyes on it, so we actually do have some video trying to come into our news station of some people who captured that. And we will try to get that video to you as soon as we can. But right now it does look like that tornado warning is going to continue. It is 11:47 right now. It's set to last till 12 o'clock. We'll see if the threat continues after that or whatnot. But we will stay with you here on News 13 until there is no threat of imminent destructive severe weather. Moving over to our base velocity product, which would show us where there is rotation ongoing. And I will say I really have not seen significant rotation on this, just looking at our velocity products for a little bit of time now, but with confirmation that there was a tornado on the ground, I'm thinking maybe there might just be something with the radar or whatnot. But the storm structure over the past several minutes has certainly shown the threat of a tornado, and you can kind of see really where that appendage has worked its way through. That would indicate where there is any type of rotation. I'll stop it and I'll go back, because I know I'm saying something and you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm backing up in time. This takes us back to 11:18. If you look towards the west there of Grosh over towards 4 Mile Village, you're going to see like a little hook on that storm cell. I'm going to circle it here so you can kind of tell exactly what I'm looking at. This is where the tornado was located, where there was quite a bit of rotation with this individual cell. Notice as it shifts towards the east, it's still looking like a hook. It still held that appendage sign, especially down towards Santa Rosa Beach. Kind of fell apart a little bit over towards the Choctawhatchee Bay, and since then has not been very significant looking, but certainly does pose a very strong storm threat. We'll keep a close eye on it here and continue to navigate this cell system with the National Weather Service. But I don't want you to let your guard down just yet. Please stay in your safe zone. We'll give you the all clear. There is some gusty wind in the area, as well as a potential for flooding to occur. Our radar here is picking up on winds of around, say, 30 to 50 miles per hour. Now, it's relatively close, this storm system, to the radar. The radar is up here where you can see this circle on the map, essentially. And that is where the radar is located. And of course, the radar shoots out in one level, and then the further away it gets from the radar, it shoots higher and higher up in the sky. So this is still shooting relatively low in the storm system to pick up on those winds. So we'll likely see some wind gusts in that specific area of around 30 to 50 miles per hour. So whether or not there's a tornado on the ground, there are certainly gusty winds continuing to track towards the east there over towards Bruce, Battleground Forks. It's coming your way, as well as Pine Log, Seminole Hills, Laird, Ebro. You're all under the line for those thunderstorms to continue to move through the area and certainly produce potentially some damaging winds, possibly even some small hail, as they are tracking to the east as well. Further down towards the south, over towards Hollywood Beach, Rosemary Beach, to the west there of Panama City Beach, another storm really starting to get its act together a bit. We're seeing a little bit of rotation over the Gulf. In this specific area, the red and the green there is indicating some winds moving towards and away from the radar, which would indicate a little bit of rotation where there may be a waterspout trying to develop. Of course, a little bit too far out to really see anything. We do have access to our tower camera here on News 13 in downtown Panama City, but as I take a quick glance out of it, it just looks like it's getting a bit cloudy out there, and we're even hearing some rumbles of thunder as well. If we have a better view of anything, of course, we'll show it to you as well, but continue to keep a close eye on storms all across the Panhandle. A little bit of an active day for us from the morning into now the late morning, as well as the early afternoon. Severe thunderstorm potential is going to continue throughout the mid to late afternoon as well, as we see just the redevelopment of these clusters of showers and storms. The greatest concern today is damaging wind as well as flash flooding. But we've said it over and over and again, we can't completely rule out isolated brief tornadoes, which is the case here, unfortunately, with a confirmed tornado in South Walton County as of the past 20 or so minutes. The tornado threat today is not very high, but it's also not zero, which is why we can't rule out the chance for tornadoes. And I've been urging you to stay weather aware and weather alert, not only all day today, but for the past several days. Believe it or not, we are on day 8 of severe weather potential across the Panhandle, with this very stagnant pattern of storms leading up to this threat of this tornado concern here in Northwest Florida. So we are going to continue to keep a close eye on these storms. I can tell you right now, the National Weather Service has expired this tornado warning for Walton County. So the warning has been expired. Essentially, it means it's been canceled. There's no more of a threat of a tornado right now in Walton County. If you have been hunkered down in your safe spot, you can come out of it. I would still encourage you to stay away from windows or doorways, though, as there are still some strong storms and gusty winds in the area. But at this time, we do not have a tornado warning anymore. We will keep a close eye on these storms if needed. We'll break back into coverage here on News 13. But of course, for more information, you can head over to mypanhandle.com. And I would highly encourage you to download the Storm Track 13 app to your mobile devices to get those weather alerts. You can do so by opening the camera on your mobile device, your phone, and holding it up to your TV right on that QR code on the left there, right under our First Alert Storm Team emblem. If you do that, it'll bring you a link straight to download our app. It's really great, and I'm not just saying that because I work here. I use it myself. It gives me alerts when there's lightning, when there's severe storms. You can track the radar. You can do so much, but most importantly, you can watch our live coverage of tornado warnings or any other significant break-in coverage from your mobile devices. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back.